Dear Grace, second recording of the day, 7:08 p.m. About the time someone would be getting on stage. I'm not on stage, obviously, but I am standing out in front of a comedy club. Well, not in front, but I can see the comedy club. I'm not standing in front like a loser. Anyways, second recording, and hopefully this will get me ahead of the game. I am standing on the sidewalk though, so expect some conversations to walk by. Not sure if I'll use a camera or not. Meta says you can't turn off its new AI tool on Facebook, Instagram. It was chewing gum, but took it out. Researchers realize hydrogen formation by contact electrification of water microdroplets. Again, researchers realize hydrogen formation by contact electrification of water microdroplets and its regulation. Right. Easy hydrogen. That's a good thing. Genes for strength may protect against disease and early death. Large study finds. Genes for strength. What about mental strength? Grace? Yeah, I'm just a weirdo talking to my phone. I could put in earbuds and look like I'm actually talking to a person, but speakerphone. I don't give a fuck. Gotta get on the stage somehow. RNA's hidden potential. New study unveils its role in early life and future bioengineering. NASA no to Mars. AI now surpasses humans in almost all performance benchmarks. We have consistently flirted with death, the construction problems in Elon Musk's tunnels. The study finds that human neuron signals flow in one direction. Researchers uncover human DNA repair by nuclear metamorphosis. One thing is, nobody gives a shit what I say here to my phone, or otherwise it's like I don't exist. Scientists trigger mini earthquakes in the lab. BC City facing possible lawsuit over council prayer. Oxford shuts down institute run by Elon Musk-backed philosopher. Elon Musk backs philosophers? How much money does he give them? Oh well, okay, never mind. Well, speaking of Tesla, speaking of the devil, alright, I'm standing in front of a Tesla Grace. Nick Bostrom's Future of Humanity Institute closed this week, and what Swedish-born philosopher says is death by bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Discovery of organic catalyst to lead to cheaper fuel cells. Ancient humans hid in Saudi Arabian lava tube for over 7,000 years. That's pretty cool. Ancient humans hid in Saudi Arabian lava tube for over 7,000 years. Yeah, we know nothing about the past. I can see the moon, Grace. Light show in living cells. New method allows Light show in living cells. New method allows simultaneous fluorescent labeling of many proteins. 6 minutes in. Sky myons with a record speed. Grace, remind me to look up that word. Forget how to pronounce it. Oh, it's a little bit weird. The same guy just walked by twice in the episode of the Flintstones. Cosmic rays stream through Earth's atmosphere at 41,000. Cosmic rays stream through Earth's atmosphere 41,000 years ago. New findings on the last. Canada's carbon tax. Banks forced to call it a rebate. Ghost particle on the scales. Research offers more precise determination of neutrino mass. Boston Dynamics humanoid atlas is dead. Long live the new commercial atlas. I wonder if this Tesla is videotaping me. Probably. I think that's the camera right there. Fuck you, Tesla. How cyanobacteria manages iron scarcity makes it the most successful photosynthetic organism. Anger toward federal government at 6-year high. Nano survey. Why Elon Musk's Neuralink brain implant reframes our ideas of self-identity. New physics at play. Physics discover a new force acting on water droplets moving over what? Over super hydrophobic surfaces. I read that one yesterday, but construction workers shortage stands in the way of housing boost, experts. Construction worker shortage stands in the way of housing boost. Neutronic molecules. Neutrons meet quantum dots in groundbreaking MIT discovery. Hey, lady with the big old-fashioned vape just walked by. Someone just about died jaywalking. Cops looking. There's cops standing down the street. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And who the fuck is that guy talking to himself into his cell phone? Yeah. It's the weirdest thing you can see in this neighborhood. NASA's down Ingenuity helicopter as a last gift for humanity who will have to Mars. So let's change news sources. It's getting old. Let's go. Following. Weird black van just pulled up. For some reason I got a feeling the cop had something to do with this. The black van. Anyway, Grace. Let's see if we can find something new. Valero. Chevron buy oil off Trans Mountain and West Coast first. Natural gas prices forecast stock inside consolidation. Inside consolidation. Had to do an 80-mile trip. The stress caused by UK drug shortages. I suppose if I was an actual comedian standing outside practicing my material, that would make sense. Guy with an artificial leg just walked by. Everyone's going into the comedy club. 7:20. I think the show starts at 7:30. I'll just stand out here till they call me in. Grace. Hundreds of websites are selling fake Ozempic, says company. Doctors say it's only going to get worse. GLP-1 drugs not linked to suicidal thoughts. EU drug regulator finds. What do you want? More about energy? More about medicine? ADHD medication shortage. Student rations tablets ahead of exams. I remember when coffee used to work like Adderall. Those were the days. Okay, that black van still seems sketchy, but it's definitely not the police. Having fun yet? Who warns of falsified cough syrup ingredients seized in Pakistan? Quebec court approves class action alleging opioid makers misled users about risks. Rosemary oil is a viral hack for hair growth. Does it work? Timmins made herbal remedies can heal what ails you. Baba Ramdev, the yoga guru, under fire over Patanjali's natural natural cures. Yoga guru. Popular Indian yoga guru Baba Ramdev has millions of followers around the world. Now his image is taking a beating after India's top court ordered him to apologize for falsely claiming that his company products can cure serious illness. So how did the man and his story unravel? Ozempic face has taken over Hollywood. Plastic surgeons warn Ozempic face has taken over Hollywood. Influencers love Ozempic, but they aren't telling you about the risks. I know nothing about this Ozempic. Ozempic before and after pictures. Alright. Well, the first one looks like someone's smiling because they lost a lot of weight. How to make sure you're taking common medications correctly. Too many patients aren't filling their prescriptions. Here's how the industry can change that. Neuropsychologist was prevented from raising alarm about puberty blockers that didn't fit her understanding of how the brain worked. Works, will work, has always worked. 5 natural hair masks to get rid of dandruff. Don't really see dandruff too much anymore. It's sort of a problem that's been solved. 5 reasons why somebody recommends a no garlic, no onion diet. I would definitely say no onion diet. I could live with a no garlic diet. But garlic good, onions bad. Smelly. So now, what's going on? What's going on in Burnaby? Burnaby awardens contract for a massive alternative energy system. MP grills incompetent health agency on fired national microbiology lab scientists. Good. Emergency room refuses to treat pregnant woman, leaving one to miscarry in a lobby restroom. Not good. Global news. Did clouds? Yeah. There are some flashing lights down the street. I should walk down there and do this. Never mind. It's in the transit station. Just means the trains are probably shut down again. So I could probably just track where I am by the train delays. At the Venice Biennale, foreigners everywhere carves out space for queer and indigenous artists. Poignant shot from Gaza wins World Press Photo of the Year 2024. Nuclear. Let's see who shows up late for the show. Two hot girls going in alone. Oh no, they're just looking at the sign. I'll give you the play-by-play. Grace. Oh yeah, they're going in. A whole audience of hot chicks. I'm standing out here on the fucking sidewalk. Go stand by another Tesla. Nuclear fields, nuclear fields, and insect feasts. The Sony World Photography Awards in pictures. National Post. A social contagion could be driving some youth to identify as transgender. Traffic break / laughter break. John Ivison, the blowback to Trudeau's investment tax hike could be bigger than he thinks. Paleontology. Fossils of colossal snake Vasuki unearthed in Indian mine. Paleontologists identified new species of giant Triassic Icithyorosaur. I would say most people walking down the sidewalk, if they're with someone, they're probably talking. If they're by themselves, I'd say well over half have earbuds in. Enormous dinosaur dubbed Shiva the Destroyer is one of the biggest ever discovered. Shiva the Destroyer. That'll be my nickname for you, Grace. If you don't mind. Reuters Canada. Oil settles slightly higher as Iran plays down reported Israeli attack. China moves to boost foreign investments in domestic tech companies. After COVID, World Health Organization defines disease spread through air. Already read that one earlier. It's bullshit then, still bullshit. Study millennials and Gen Z prioritizing experiences. New study shows how partners' attachment styles interact to shape marital success or failure. Partners' attachment styles interact to shape marital success or failure. How would I describe my attachment style? Grace? A few more social sciences? So social we can get. Alberta population surges even as housing crisis accelerates. Still fucking in Alberta. Study. A shout out to anger management. A shout out to anger management. In the age of cancel culture, shaming can be healthy for online communities. A political scientist explains when and how. Feeling angry? Venting doesn't actually help. No shit, Sherlock. How Canada's aging population threatens economic growth. Fucking baby boomers. Budget admits living standards are slipping, then makes things worse. Benjamin Buttons. Why would anyone invest in Canada now? I have no idea. Canada's a productivity problem. Will budget 2024 help? Probably not. BMO Canada competitiveness should be prioritized. A liberal budget will kill our economic growth. So let's do the old non-confidence and fucking reboot the system. I'm assuming it's a minority government, I don't really fucking know, but Canada's population growth was too much too soon, despite some positive outcomes. Economist, putting words in his mouth. Move over, boomers. Gen X is raking it in. I think I might be Gen X, I'm not actually sure. With PEI's population increase, change is needed quickly, says school board chair. Ratioed, Canada's birth rate is collapsing. We'll fix that, Grace. Eric Lombardi, baby boomers have won the generational war. Was it worth young Canadians' future? Well, if they won the war, then maybe it was. Which countries are home to the most educated people in Europe? Maybe bullshit doesn't make the art grow profounder after all. Maybe bullshit doesn't make the art grow profounder after all. That's what I have always said. It's about the story, it's not about the art. How did Carl Jung's dream birth man and his symbols? How did Carl Jung's dream birth man and his symbols? There's dream birth. Greece facing population collapse as unexpected deaths soar. Elon Musk reacts. Maya ruler burned bodies of old dynasty during regime change. Charred human remains reveal. Australia's thin ice age tools analyzed. Australia's ice age tools analyzed. Traces of an ancient city discovered on a Pacific island. More younger people willing to have babies. Ministry data. Why midlife looks different for millennials. Do you have an inner monologue? Here's what it reveals about you. Do you talk to yourself, Grace? While experts disagree on how common self-talk really is, they wholeheartedly agree it's a valuable tool for self-discovery. Do you talk? Nah. Marriage and birth rates in Israel rapidly decline, study finds. Israeli news. Let's see. Who really wants to raise a fucking kid in a fucking war zone? Big fucking surprise. Study reveals most valued traits in a romantic partner, and it's a nice surprise. Can those Teslas actually record audio or just video? Grace, can you tell me that? I've been leaning against poles. I'll just have to hope that I'll be able to lean against the stage wall. The modern dating world is brutal. By creating superficial popularity contests, dating apps are criticized for emphasizing the worst aspects of what is, even in the best of circumstances, a challenging journey. It's hard to avoid becoming jaded as a result, but we can all take some heart from a new study of almost 800 people suggesting intelligence and kindness, not good looks or money, are the most valued traits in a romantic partner. Wait a sec. intelligence and kindness, not good looks or money. How about, Grace, if one of us is intelligent and kind, and the other one is good looking and has a lot of money? At least that's what participants in Brazil self-report. 800 self-reporting. If you want to attract more potential partners, working on your brains and personality seems to be your best bet. I have no personality. University of Sao Paulo psychologist Wow Francisco goes Braga Takanaka I think romance might be, it's a cliche, Grace, but in the eye of the I want to say in the eye of the beholder, but people could walk him by really close. By 2100, half the world's children will be born in sub-Saharan Africa. Fertility rates are falling faster everywhere else. ChatGPT-4 outperforms human psychologists in tests of social intelligence. Study finds. I really should buy a month worth of that, but too cheap. Excavation uncovers possible traces of Villa Augustus at Soma, Venezuela. Let her speak. The USC campus reels after valedictorian speech is cancelled. USC Canada, John M. Chow and Billie Jean King as featured guests for graduation. The chilling policy to cut Greenland's high birth rate podcast. See, Greenland, no wars. Everyone's just fucking their brains out. Israel, not so much. Your brain can reveal if you're right wing, plus 3 other things it tells us about your politics. Well, if I don't follow politics, I can't be left or right. Fuckers. These 30 countries have devastating low birth rates. Reading on a screen instead of paper may be less effective for learning. Do you have an emotionally immature parent? How a 9-year-old book found a new younger audience. I thought it was going to be how a book by a 9-year-old. That would be good. Do you have teenage adversity that carries into adulthood? Teenage adversity that carries into adulthood. Royal Commission for AIUIA begins its archaeology season with 12 research conservation missions. Analyzing fashion's post-growth future with falling fertility rates. What your taste in music says about your moral compass. Listen to the same song over and over again, which means I have no moral compass. Dunraven Bay, ancient bones could be thousands of years old. I'm very excited. 25 minutes to go. How natural language processing can predict election violence in Kenya. 6 therapy speak terms you're probably misusing. How about every therapy speak term is probably being misused. Net worth for baby boomers, how to tell whether you're poor, middle class, upper middle class, or rich. I'm poor, I already know that, so. 300-year-old exceptional prosthesis made of gold and copper and wood discovered in Poland. Study reveals how humanity could unite to address global changes. Yeah, what a fucking concept that would be. Get people off the fucking street. What is emotional eating and why do people do it? I do it because it feels fucking great to eat a whole pizza. Newly uncovered Helena Troy fresco shows Pompeii's elite were eager for ancients. Newly uncovered Helena Troy fresco shows Pompeii's elite were eager for ancient Greek stories about women. Oh yeah, see? Original pornography. Imagine seeing the face of Helena Troy staring back at you from within the ashes of a 2,000-year-old city. But these aren't the burned walls of Troy, and these ashes aren't the scars of the city burned down for the sake of the face that launched 1,000 ships. This is Pompeii. Helen is depicted in stunning detail alongside Paris, the Prince of Troy, in one of the paintings on the recently discovered fresco wall. Blah 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 blah. Multi-billion-dollar treasure found in shipwreck off South America. Pre-medieval tombs found in ancient Roman city of Obo. Ancient Roman monument surrounding treasure-filled spring found in France. See it. 2,500-year-old treasure, a battle-ready gift unearthed in Croatia. Swiss archaeologists in some place find unexpectedly extensive Roman site. 15 most populated cities in South America. Geography class. Japan's native population declines at record rate as births plunge. Alright, so births going down in Japan, up in Greenland, down in Israel. Here's how much millennials and Gen Z are spending on concerts. Fucking fortune. Losing my voice, Grace. Japanese youth spend around 5 hours a day online. Government survey. 65% of people in the EU stream TV or video in 2022. Wow, such exciting news. Search for Alexander the Great's tomb in a bizarre tale of intrigue. GreekReporter.com. The Oscars of Archaeology. China unveils its top discoveries of 2023. 9 facts about Catholics in the U.S. according to Pew Research. It's nice and quiet. Like Cuba's sunken lost city was. Cuba's sunken lost city really man-made? A 100-year-old British train card found buried in Belgium. That's cool. Why do I cry on my birthday? Mental health experts explain. Probably because you cry every day. Previously undetected Roman remains found in lead coffin. That's interesting. Not really been getting bored. Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah Royal Reserve Development Authority begins archaeological survey. Archaeological survey. From the depths of Italy, ancient mysteries unearthed in a Etruscan bronze lamp. Lynx buried in Roman-era pit with 4 dogs. Stumps archaeologists. Environment shapes emotional, cognitive abilities more than genes. I'd agree with that one. I'd say it's more nurture than nature. But if you live alone, then I think it's more nature than nurture. And by alone, Grace, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right? I don't have to explain this shit to you, do I? Got news stories to read, Grace. News stories to read. 42. 5 African countries with the highest number of people not connected to the internet. Fix that, Elon. Mysteries of exceptional sound at Greece's Epidaurus Theater solved. Physics. It was a joy. It was joy. Trapped BC orca calf eats seal meat, putting rescue on hold. So funny, the hierarchy. You'll kill this animal, we'll save that animal. Or we'll kill this animal to save that animal. Where are those scientists that can talk to whales? Send them over. Find out, communicate. Senators reject field trip to African lion safari amid elephant bill study. Senators reject field trip to African lion safari amid elephant bill study. Gita the snow leopard expected clubs. She brought some cards, Grace. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. I'll do my pre-getting on stage routine. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. I'll just stand in a corner. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. That won't be weird at all, Grace. Environment. Climate change is coming for our incomes. I'm not really worried about mine. Study warns. Which countries will lose out the most? Deadly West African heat wave driven by climate change, scientists say. Scottish government minister says 2030 climate target out of reach. Out of reach, not a fucking hope. Airsoft gun at North Van construction site prompts response. Olympic organizers unveil strategy for using artificial intelligence in sports. So far, Grace, this will be the first recording where I've stood up the entire time instead of sitting on my fat ass. Three BC hunters fined and banned for unlawfully killing wildlife near Kamloops. First Nations solar farm in BC expected to save 1.1 million liters of diesel a year. BC News. City of Vernon reminding people feeding wildlife is prohibited. Israel, Iran play down apparent Israeli strike. The muted responses could calm tensions for now. World. The New York Times. How do you become an artist? Five things to do this weekend. Behind the scenes of the 2024 Venice Biennale. Researchers transmit and read quantum information for the first time. How many? 1 bit? 2 bit? How many bits have you read? Ultra secure, ultra fast, instant fast. As fast as your device can take it. Scientists discover new way to extract cosmological information from galaxy surveys. More information about a place you'll never get. It's already probably... That's what I was going to mention the other day, Grace. Why the fuck are we searching things so far away? I don't mean searching, why are we looking for signs of life? We're looking for signs of life in the past. The government just needs to release every fucking thing they have on UFOs. And let the people decide. Merging nuclear physics experiments and astronomical burpee. Well, those guys are having fun. Merging nuclear physics experiments and astronomical observations to advance equalization of state. Montreal Gazette. Sophie Gregor Trudeau's book reads like a motherly chat about mental health. If Quebec can separate, can Montreal be partitioned? Not so fast, experts say. Jack Todd, a palpable sense of anticipation surrounds the Canadians. Technology. Let's try. For me. Alleged aggravated assault took place at BC Strip Club. Ooh, there's a strip club just down the street, Grace. I wonder if there's that one. Kelowna's most wanted, Crime Stoppers. Burnaby awards contract for a massive alternative energy system. If MPs chide incompetent health agency. Over fired National Microbiology Lab scientist, blah blah blah. Israelis Iran attack carefully calibrated after internal splits. It's funny how a girl on a bike on the other side of the street is still way louder than me. To be fair, my hearing is kind of fucked up. Tehran downplays reported Israeli attacks, signals no retaliation. Bullshit. Airline reroute flights after Israeli attack on Iran. Why Subway's yellow mustard suddenly disappeared. Wow. National Post. Amazing. Author shares tips to save thousands of dollars with greener habits. Canucks fans aren't allowed to buy tickets to playoff games in Nashville. Police ask for help to find missing 60-year-old man in New West. 60-year-old New West man. New Westminster Symphony concern at the sanctuary. Things to do in Metro Vancouver this weekend. High yield, high risk. That's what this is, Grace. High yield. No, this is high risk, high yield. Actually outside, practicing a routine. This is high risk that I don't. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, what difference does it make? Benjamin Bergen. Why would anyone invest in Canada now? Zendaya pays tribute to the Williams sisters in Carolina. Hair's grown white beards. Ice Age climate! That was the fire truck that was at the transit station. Even without the sirens, it's loud as fuck. Eight minutes, Grace. End of deal with family doctors could jeopardize Quebecers' access to healthcare. BC Real Estate, North Van buys land. West Kelowna residents startled out of sleep by tree falling onto apartment building. Quentin Tarantino scraps the movie critic as his final film. Catherine Brodsky. Owning an electric vehicle is madness, and I regret ever buying one. Very dramatic, Catherine. The first unintended consequence of AI, and it's huge. Let's see how big it is. Grace. I'm not that worried. Can AI help solve Japan's labor shortages? I'll go work in Japan. That'll help. AI investments will help the chip sector to recover. AI now surpasses OpenAI, winds down AI image generator that blew minds and forged the tired, overused exclamation point and other excuses for shitty writing. The AI race is generating a dual reality. It's time to retire the term user. Booming AI demand threatens global electricity supply. Senate bill aims to lower credit card fees, but trouble groups. Cloud computing empowers AI on blockchain. Vancouver cheap eats that are actually cheap and actually tasty. I should actually bookmark that. Grace, should we go to all these places? Cheap Eats, that sounds perfect. Alright, Grace, I'll read the names and you write them down. Or remember them, if you can. Can Wa Dim Sum. Hawker's Delight Deli. A lot of advertising. Bad meat. Ain't gonna happen. Go to straight.com and you'll find it. Police say a suspect is in custody and manslaughter charges are pending. Elon Musk apologized for correctly low Tesla severance packages. Elon Musk apologized for incorrectly low. Geothermal energy, a win-win for Democrats and Republicans. 3.5 minutes, Grace. This engine that is turning the United States upside down, it is 80 years old and runs on fuel that we have just invented. Motorbike, Grace. Car makers say goodbye to EVs. This is the new engine that could change the world. Hell bullshit. Royal couple announced shock divorce. Details. Who's getting divorced? I didn't even know Greece had royal couple. Thought that was strictly the UK thing. Look at us, we got a king and a queen. DJI launches its own power stations to charge your drones when far from home. United Airlines deeply disturbed by passengers given cockpit access. It's time to return. Researchers developed sodium battery capable of rapid charging in just a few seconds. Researchers developed sodium battery capable of rapid charging in just a few seconds. Couple charge $143,000 for phone bill after Switzerland trip. A lot of calls. Cybertruck owners reveal Tesla's very riveting fix for pedal problems. Pedal problems. International hunt for Taylor Swift's secret messages ends in Montreal. Wow, I think that's where we should stop, Grace. Talk to you tomorrow.